It's Duchess DJ Love, and I'm in the Bliss Lounge aboard Norwegian Star. We're doing a 14-day cruise from New York City to Canada, Greenland, and Iceland. This is day 14 aboard our cruise, and I want to share with you some of the highlights from my Norwegian Star adventure. First of all, I brought Lady Lexi with me, so let's say this is an accessibility issue that we have to think about. Accessible in the way that since she has dementia, and she's older, you gotta make sure she walks okay, she's stable, her mobility is good. So we're gonna discuss all that from day one till we get off the ship. So let me give you some highlights. Lady Lexi's not a fan of those tender boats. She does not want to go up and down those stairs between one boat to another boat. That's not happening. However, we have enjoyed the ship's activities they have had aboard the cruise. We did go for the deal, no deal, the Wheel of Fortune. I played in the Ching 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 in the casino. We're now in Bliss Lounge where they have entertainment in the evenings. They also have other games, arts and crafts right now. Different things. You can meet the crew. Those sort of things happen here in the Bliss Lounge. But again, I'm Duchess DJ Love, and I want to share with you my experience aboard Norwegian Star. This is my first experience with Norwegian Star. Been on Norwegian Jade from Athens to the Greek islands. Absolutely loved the ship. It was fun. It was great. Everything about that was fantastic. Norwegian Star, I was hoping would be a step above Jade. Unfortunately, on day one, just after we boarded the ship, the engine fails us. So we're stuck in the Hudson Bay for an hour or so, and finally the tugboats take us back to port so that can get repaired. We were supposed to leave at 4 p.m. that day, July the 12th. So in my initial booking of this cruise was at the 4 p.m. so we could sail past Lady Liberty. I could get some good shots of her during the daylight, you know, from afar with a good viewpoint. However, after sailing after midnight, guess what? She was covered in darkness. So I didn't get what I wanted to with the Norwegian Star. So that started off my experience with Norwegian Star not on a good note. That left kind of a bad taste in my mouth. However, they have tried their best to win me over. They did give us each $50 credit, onboard credit, for, you know, the 8-hour late departure, and for the fact that we didn't have AC and water for an hour or so. So that was nice of them to do that, because if you read the rights that you have as a, I should say, a sailor amongst Norwegian Star, they don't have to give you that. In addition to that, they did give us an extra 10% off that we can use towards a future cruise before December 31st of 2026, which was a pretty good deal, because let's just say you pay $5,000 for a cabin, you save $500. That's a lot of short excursion money that you can use for later. Okay, another tip. I did not buy the $200 and some soda package, even though I like sodas at least one a day. I have drunk a Coca-Cola every single day aboard the cruise at $4.20 per day. Okay, because it's one can, one soda, fountain, whatever, $4.20. So if you think about it, I've only spent like $42 and roughly $45, let's say under $45 on sodas. Hey, not bad. Okay, so if I'd have spent that package, yes, I could have drank more drinks, but I probably wouldn't have. So that's a savings. Now let's get to the big drink package. Normally that goes for $600 on the cheapest package. Normally it's around $900. Then you also have to pay the all-inclusive service gratuity charge that they add on to that, which is 20%. So let's say your $900 drink package now includes a $300 service charge. So that's $1,200 for all you can drink drinks. I don't know about you, but I'm not going on the cruise to get drunk. So I did have several cocktails at $18 a pop. So not bad if, say, I drunk 10 of them. That's only $180. Ching, 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 that's savings. Okay, my entertainment fund is $100 a day to go into the casino, to go ching, ching, ching on the slot machines, because that's something Lady Lexi and I really enjoy. Not so much the gambling part, but we like the gaming part, because if you play the games, they have the bonus rounds, they do all this fun stuff like Monopoly, quick hits, those kind of things. So you get the bonuses. So we play for those bonuses. We go to enjoy those bonuses and just have some fun. However, if you spend enough money on the cruise gaming, guess what? You might look up and get a free cruise. Just saying. We do it for the entertainment version. Now the dining. The dining has been a little bland on Norwegian Star. I have to give that kind of a not so good as far as the dining and the food goes. We've ate at the Aqua dining hall, and we ate at the Versailles dining hall. The Versailles is much more elegant. The Aqua, to me, is more customer friendly. Just my opinion. I'll put more of that in detail in my blog. Our favorite place to dine has been O'Sheehan's, because Lady Lexi can get fish and chips every single day, which she loves, one of her favorites, without her eating chicken nuggets and fries all the time. So that's what we do. Now, we do like the buffet because it's quick and easy. We're on the 11th floor. The buffet is directly above us, so we can just run up the stairs, get something quick, and come right back down. Get our juice, get our fruit, you know, a bagel or something to enjoy our balcony while we watch what sails past us. Now, mentioning the balcony, you might be saying which side is the best side to be on if you book a cabin on a Norwegian Star going to Canada, Greenland, and Iceland. Well, for me, we have the starboard side. I have been very pleased with the starboard side. Here's why. When we get to port, we're looking at the port. There's only been a few occasions where we were not looking directly at the port. Now, as you imagine, when we're going north from New York City, all the land is on your left, which is the port side. So we get to see all the water, which is kind of nice. You get that ocean breeze. However, when we get to port, starboard side has been decided to be on. We have been very fortunate with that. Our balcony on the 11th floor gives us great views. We have a club balcony suite. Next time I'll just get a regular balcony suite. The balconies are not that much bigger, so we don't need a huge balcony. One thing we like about having a balcony is you can bring an extra chair into the room. You have extra seats to sit around and watch TV instead of just sitting on the couch. Also, with the club balcony suite, it is a lot nicer, but the club balcony suite comes with what I would say combined bathtub shower like you may have at home, where you have to step over to get into the shower. Well, here you step over and go down. I'm not a fan of stepping over the tub to go down. That has not been fun for me for as taking showers or bath. And for accessibility purposes, that is highly dangerous. So do not, if you book in a club balcony suite, be sure you tell them you want an accessible bathroom where you have a walk-in shower, not a tub shower. That is a big no. I won't do a club balcony suite again for that reason. The balcony suite that I had on Jade was perfect, so no complaints on that. Now let's get back to the dining again. The service has been great. However, it has taken a while. Like at lunch, we may spend an hour and a half just waiting on lunch in the Versailles dining room. In the Aqua restaurant for evening dining, again, you may spend a good hour, hour and a half just between getting your appetizers, your meals, and your dessert, because it is a little slow process. Granted, there's a lot of people on this big ship, so it does take a while. But again, just know that you're going to spend a good chunk of your time if you eat in the dining rooms. Same thing with O'Sheehan's. O'Sheehan's is our favorite because it's smaller, compact. It's on the 8th floor. We love the atmosphere of it. Again, Lady Lexi gets those fish and chips. And the menu is exactly the same every single day. So if you want repetition, you're not going to get it. The buffet does change slightly. But the main dining rooms, it's pretty much been the same thing with a few extra dishes every evening, you know, what I would call their specialties of the night. Entertainment has been really good. The crew has put on really good shows. They give good entertainment value. You have shops to shop in, which they have more of the high-end things.